Me again, Plank, with another episode of He's Got a Knife. And today is a special request recipe from the one and only Falchion, my brother from another mother, one of my road dogs for life. Anyway, he has requested sisig, which is a Filipino dish that I freaking love. All right. Now, sisig has a wide history in the Philippines, from who created it to what's the best way of making it. In this episode, we are going to be making chicken sisig. Traditionally, this dish is made with pork and livers, and pork belly, livers, and pig ears. But we're going to make it with ground chicken and omit the chicken livers. It's not a written in stone situation in terms of how sisig is to be made. It's just traditionally chicken or pork. All right. And everybody apparently has their own recipe as to how this is supposed to be done. So here is my version of this dish in terms of chicken. I hope everybody enjoys. I hope I don't upset any Filipino people. I love you guys and I love your food. All right. So without further ado, let's get to work. And this is going to be a pretty easy dish. I think you guys are going to be able to follow this pretty easily and get things done pretty efficiently. Like, this is something that you can throw together really on the fly, and it looked good. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and warm up my stove here, and then I'm going to move this chair. Let's get it focused down on the cutting board. And if you haven't already noticed, I'm still missing my apron. I have no idea where it is. This is a very unfortunate mystery, and I'd like to find my apron, but someone has hid it. Today, we're going to start our day off with the gloves. Okay? And we are grabbing our ground pork, okay? Now, I don't want to take Chef Dan's off and put this ground pork on the cutting board, so I'm not going to do it. It's still raw. I keep making mistakes. But we're going to do a split cam here so I can show you what's going on in the stove and what's going on the cutting board. Like I said, the prep for this is super easy. And we're going to get right to it. So let me go ahead and add this camera to the screen. There we go. And our pan is warming up. Let me back it up a bit, see if I can get more of the pan. We're going to brown this ground chicken off very easily. Not a whole lot of fat to ground chicken, so with this dish, we are going to use butter as a fat for this. It is traditionally made with butter on the frying end. So, unique fun fact about this dish is that traditionally in the Philippines, it's cooked 3 times. They boil the meat, they grill the meat, and then they fry the meat. So, all your germs are gone by the time this is all done. But it's a super flavorful dish. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and get some butter in this pan. I'm going to use my clarified butter. I should probably do another basics of cooking where I show you how to make clarified butter. And so we start. Like I said, this isn't a heavy prep dish. There's a few odds and ends ingredients that are also interchangeable. And that major one is going to be calamansi juice, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Calamansi juice is used to add a little acidity to this dish and sweetness to this dish. If you can't find calamansi juice, check your local Asian grocer. If they don't have it, then you can sub it in for lemon and lime juice. All right. So I got my pan warmed up here. Just going to go ahead and add my ground chicken. I don't know if you guys can hear my dog snoring in the background, but he's usually around snoring. Go ahead and change my gloves since I handled raw chicken. Chef Dan's. I also want to give a shout out to the peeps over at Borderless Gaming. Say hello to Geek, Falchion, all our listeners and viewers, J Law, Evil Scotsman, Andrea. Thank you for all your support. Anybody I missed out, I'm sorry. I'm just letting you know. Thank you again. And if you're viewing this video from the Borderless Gaming web YouTube page, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe, or as Tylarius would say, smash, smash, smash that button. Okay? We would really appreciate it, and we want to continue giving you guys this content. Wow, it looked like my camera just could not keep up with this high-speed action. Anyway, we're just going to let this chicken brown up. And while that's browning up, we're going to prep our veggies. Got one red onion here. I'm only going to use half of it. We're having a conversation about onions and cutting them and how to avoid getting tears while cutting a bunch of onions, which this onion in particular is pretty darn strong. One of the wives' tales is if you have a sharp enough knife, it shouldn't make you cry. But at the same time, I rinse the onion once I cut it. Just rinse it in a little bit of cold water. And prevents me from getting tears. I don't cry anymore. Let's see here. So we're just gonna dice up these onions. I probably won't even use all of it. But there we go. Set this aside. Get a little bowl for myself. I gotta get a little bit of action in here. It looks like I'm not catching everything. There we go. I'll stir up my chicken here. Great thing about ground chicken is it cooks up really fast. So you don't have to wait too long with this dish. This dish should be really quick to make, actually. But it's pretty fancy looking at the same time, as most things we do around these parts. I think I dropped some chicken back there. Yep. Let's go ahead and take our onions. That's a lot of onions. That's a lot of onions. Or as the French say, yon yon. You guys ever see that guy on YouTube who chops up the onion? He's got a thick French accent. He's like, the onion wants to go with you. You want to cut the onion. And he says onion about 57,000 times in the video. The next part, also optional, but I know Falchion likes it, is some heat. Right here, I got some dried Thai chili peppers. I keep these around the house for whenever Falchion decides to come visit me in Minnesota. I want to make sure he gets the heat that he likes in his foods. Like I said, it takes no time to cook chicken. I mean, I think we've had this on for, what, 5 minutes, if that? Stream's only been available for 12 minutes. I probably sat down for 5 minutes and talked to you guys. So, yeah, about 5 minutes on this. Anyway, just going to take these little Thai guys, give them a little rough chop. Boop, boop. You're going to like that heat. It's going to be good. Get off my glove, buddy. Next couple of items we're going to need is that calamansi juice. Like my little ramekins. Some soy sauce. And some ground ginger. Can you see that? No. Can't see it at all in there. Some ground ginger. Gonna go ahead and drain this chicken. We don't want it to be all loosey juicy. My son put up the dishes. So now I gotta find everything. Let's go drain this real quick. All right, so our chicken's back on. You can hear it le sizzle, or at least I can hear it le sizzle. Here, I'm gonna add some fresh black pepper, cracked pepper here. I'm just gonna grind it up in there. Gonna go ahead and add our soy sauce, our ginger. Get that stirred in. Ooh, dropped a piece. I might need a little bit more soy in here. Give me just a second. I love the way soy smells when it's cooking. Get that all incorporated into the chicken, along with that ginger. Super fragrant. Get it nice and sizzled. Now, I'm going to add that calamansi juice for a bit of citrus. Let that soak in. Now, traditionally, when you do this with pork, use ground pork or pork belly, ground pork belly and stuff like that. You can, they usually have a special pan that they put on the grill for this. And you put it in there, and then you start mixing in your spices and stuff like that on the pan. So almost like you were getting a fajita dish at a local Mexican restaurant. They would have a special kind of grilled pan for this. Also, if you were so inclined and you wanted to use like chicken thighs, one of the coolest things, and the only reason I didn't do this because my body can't handle the fat anymore, is to use chicken thighs, debone the chicken thighs, skin on, okay, and cook the skin crispy. All right, then remove the skin from the chicken, chop up the chicken to make this dish, And with the skin, the dried skin, make yourself kind of some chicken chicharrones that go on top of this. And it gives it an extra bit of texture to your food and a bit of crunch. It's really good. But I wanted to keep this simple as an introduction to Sisig without killing a whole bunch of time. All right. Now we're going to add those Thai chilies. I tell you, this Thai chilies, man, a little bit goes a long way. These things do not mess around. All right. And the next part is going to be the weirdest part of this dish. All right. And I contemplated even adding this, but I needed the shock factor. So, mayonnaise. This is for all my French chefs, Dan's you included. Guess what you're going to do with the mayonnaise? You're going to put it in there and then break the sauce. All right? And what this does is it kind of makes that chicken like really creamy instead of so dried out. Just a dollop of mayo in there. Now again, everybody has their own variation on this dish. I've seen recipes where they didn't include the mayonnaise, and I've seen recipes where they did include the mayonnaise. So it's completely optional. Like I said, everybody has their own variation on this dish. But get it mixed in, and you will notice at high enough temp that your mayo will start to break and it'll get oily, and you're sizzling the chicken in that sauce. Also, because this chicken is so lean, it kind of gives the flavor something to bind to. Make sure I'm cleaning up as I go. Now we got some scallions over here that I'm going to use for garnish, or some green onions for garnish. You know, when you guys buy green onions from the grocery store for dishes, never throw away your stems, man. If you have excess left over, put them in a vase. Grow yourself out a little bit more. Make that 75 cents extend a lot longer. Green onions will grow in just about anything, and they're great for like ramen or something quick. Dried pieces off. Yep, that chicken's starting to sizzle now. This mayo is starting to break. We are almost through here. While that is going, here's the money shot. I'm going to take an egg, crack it right on the top. Oh, that camera just does not like that. All right. Let's go ahead and chop up our green onions. There we have it. Whilst that egg is cooking, go ahead and add our onions. This is good for some texture. Let me grab some garnish. The garnish is optional. My wife has bought one of those arrow gardens. And so I always have the option of having some nice parsley or something to go along with my dish. You got to use the stuff up. Also, cilantro goes well with this. All right, we're just about done. It's time to move things around. Make space on my cutting board. Oh, and that's, you got little crispy bits of chicken. You want little crispy bits. Okay? Pull that off the stove. Let me see here. I'm going to switch cameras. Give it a little bit of garnish, as if it doesn't have enough. And there you have it, mon frères. All right, some chicken sisig. Yeah, you're going to have this nice egg on the top. Break that egg yolk in there. Nice and creamy. Again, you want this to crisp on the bottom. This is all about texture. Nothing about this dish is going to be mushy. Yeah, traditionally, when you cook this with pork, it's got chicharrones in it or pork skins in it fried, so you have that crunch along with it. All right. Let me bowl up some real quick for the picture, for the gram. And I want to take a picture of this for the gram. you guys don't follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/plankgje is where I do the live cooking. My Twitter is plank101. You can find me there. Also on the Borderless Gaming GSA on YouTube is where I upload the videos or get the videos uploaded for later viewing. I'll tell you what my Instagram is here real quick. As soon as I'm getting these gram photos. What is my Instagram? Where are you, Instagram? You know, Instagram is deadly. You got all them Instagram girls, man. They are everywhere else. All right. My Instagram is plank909. So you can see all the pictures of the food and stuff that I make over there, all right? Now, let's get this plated. Let's see if I can grab this egg. Oh, yeah. Bam. I keep saying bam. I keep telling myself I didn't need to say bam. Say something like booyah or something. I don't know. And there you have it, my friends. Chicken sisig. And it is delish. I don't know if you can see that, but those little crispy bits in there, you want those crispy bits. Just the bits, as Steven Universe would say. And this is a dish I can actually eat. So there. And oh my God, is it good. I won't eat this whole bowl. But man, this dish is on point. So there you have it, my friends. Chicken sisig. Or at least a variation of it. Again, sorry if I've insulted any Filipino people, but I do love your cuisine. Thank you to all my viewers. Thank you, Falchion, for giving me a home. Find this video, Borderless Gaming GSA on YouTube. Follow me. Instagram, Plank909. Twitter, Plank101 for more. And on the next episode, we're going to do a little bit healthier. I'm going to make the banana blossom salad. All right. And I think you guys are really going to like this. Okay. So thanks for tuning in. Make sure to hit subscribe, like on Twitch, follow me so you can see me do this live and you can catch me do all my mess ups. As my man Falchion would say, I'm Ghost. Later, guys.